we've been taught some emotions are good and some emotions are bad, right? We qualify emotions. And I think it makes things organized that way. Even on a bigger scale, it's easy to read something about happiness or joy and say, oh, that's the good kind of emotion. I should try to have more of that. And there's some validity to that idea. At the same time, I think it's important to sometimes see our emotions as existing and trying to see what they might be trying to tell us. I did a lot of research on guilt itself when writing this book. And depending on which practitioner or researcher, whose work I was following, I found different categorizations of it. But one that I really liked was dividing guilt into adaptive guilt and maladaptive guilt. So adaptive guilt being guilt that is aligned with our values, with the type of person we want to be, with the way we want to spend our time, with who we want to become. And maladaptive guilt being guilt that really is taking us away from who we are and maybe going into a space that's just not helpful and not feeling like it's in alignment with us now or who we want to be, but really sitting with our guilt when it comes up and examining it and being curious and being compassionate with it and asking questions like, if my friend felt guilty about this, do I think that she should feel guilty about this, or is it okay? So if my friend got the chance to have some time away and some time just for herself, but she felt guilty about it, would I hope that she still takes that time for herself? Because I don't inherently think that's a wrong thing to do. Probably. So then can I extend that same compassion to myself? So really sitting with it and being curious and compassionate, I think, are so important because it's not all bad and it's not all good. And sometimes guilt also comes from what I call emotional muscle memory. If we saw our moms being really guilted about something growing up, or if we see society shaming women for doing something, that can maybe cause feelings of guilt, but that might not fully be our guilt to hold. So really getting curious about that and examining the layers beneath that, because I don't think it's often one thing or another. I think it tends to actually have a lot of layers, no matter what it is that's bringing the guilt.